lunchtime drool over wedding gowns and wedding favours, over wedding flowers and wedding venues, and although she vaguely recollected writing 50 words about what made a perfect wedding and sending off some photographs of herself and Jack, she was certain this must be a wind-up. Someone must have got her details from her Facebook page, found her a landline number, and be having a laugh at her expense. It was, 8:30 on Saturday night? Only mates and mothers rang up on Saturday night.
"You do wish to accept the prize?"
demanded Chirpy Woman just a little bit impatiently.
Well, of course you do, my sweet, provided nothing's changed. Oh, don't worry, Angel, that was just my little joke. Later on this month, or maybe next, when you and Jack have read the brochures and had a little think, we'll be setting up a formal meeting and a photo opportunity.
A photo opportunity? Repeated Kat. This is all ridiculous, she thought. Why don't I hang up now?
Yes, we'll want lots of pics of you and Jack, said Chirpy Woman. Larking around and having fun, but also being serious and soulful, gazing adoringly into each other's eyes and looking like you're blissfully in love. We'll need a lot of that.
Oh, right.
We'll have you indoors, outdoors, formal poses, casual stuff, him kissing you, perhaps you tickling him. You know, the sort of thing. We're hoping we can get you in hello. We loved the shots you sent us. They were fabulous. Everyone at Superdupe Promotions is really looking forward to meeting you and your delicious Jack.
Jack, reflected Kat. As Chirpy Woman talked about receptions, bridesmaids, flowers, and wedding gowns, she thought, meeting Jack is going to be a problem. Last month, Jack had gone to find himself. Since then, she hadn't heard from him. His phone was never on, and there'd been no activity on Facebook or on Twitter. He had disappeared. Disapparated like flipping Harry Potter. He'd dematerialized. He'd also stabbed and slashed and shredded the canvas of her life, so it was all in tatters and could never be repaired. She was assuming he'd be doing stuff in various pubs and clubs. Open mic and stand-up. He'd be hoping for a break. That he'd be talent scouted and on his way to stardom at long last. Or perhaps he'd joined the Foreign Legion or the SAS. She couldn't ask his family. Jack didn't have a family. Not a single brother, sister, maiden aunt in Macclesfield or cousin in Australia. There was nobody at all. Or that was what he'd said. As for his friends, Jack's friends were all like him. They came, they borrowed tenors, ate the contents of your fridge, left empty beer cans in your kitchen and curry cartons underneath your sofa, then they went. No one ever heard of them again, and...
"Kat, are you still there?"
demanded Chirpy Woman. She sounded somewhat irritable now.
"I said we're looking forward to meeting you and Jack. I'll be in touch, so don't forget to charge your phone."
"Yes, of course," said Kat. She was about to add, "But there's a little problem, and who are you anyway? You didn't give your name," when she realized she was listening to the dialing tone. Adam Lawley took one long step back and then threw overarm with all his might. There was too much background noise of traffic, not to mention the ceaseless hum of London, for him to hear the splash, although he knew it must have hit the water. So now it was at the bottom of the Thames. This wasn't entirely good, because it wasn't paid for yet. But he still felt better. Just a bit. He sat down in the middle of a bench, loosened his tie and undid the top button of his shirt. He stared across the river, wondering how long it took to drown. People said that drowning in cold water was a peaceful death, but how did they know? They hadn't tried it, had they? If he did decide to drown himself, maybe he should find a more salubrious place to do it than the Thames at Millbank. It wouldn't be poetic or romantic, would it, being fished from the water with a condom in his mouth?
"You can't sit there,"
said someone in a smoker's rasping growl.
"Why not?"
demanded